beauties, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome, and you're a returning subscriber, thank you for sticking around with me. My name is Grace Ebimo. I'm a Nigerian based content creator, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the things you need to know in your late 20s. So you remember when we were approaching our, they're like, yeah, I'm going to be a big girl, I'm going to be a big boy, I can take decision on my own, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to get married at 25, I'm going to own a house at 26, I'm going to give birth to my kids at 27, at least before 30 I'm done giving birth, and I'm going to explore the world. Okay, I don't know if a lot of you were like that, but I mean, but like that. So I was like, okay, so when I get to my late 20s, I'm settling down, I'm resting, and I'm doing all those amazing stuff. Okay, at the age of 28, I'm going to give birth to my last child and all that. But yeah, because life happens to us, it does not just go the way we envision them to go. So these are the things you should know in your late 20s, because I'm currently in my late 20s. And being in your late 20s, when you've not achieved too many things that you've said you are going to achieve, don't ever feel like failure. Don't ever feel like you failed. Don't ever think of, I'm a failure, I can't do this. So these are the things that you should know in your 20s, especially when you are in your late 20s. So let's get straight into the video. One thing I've realized in my late 20s is it's okay for me to try new things, especially when I have been in a position for so long and it's not working for me. It's okay for me to want to try new things. Let me give you an example. Let's say you studied engineering in school, and after uni you ventured, like you got a job in one of the most popular engineering firm, and everybody now thinks, oh, he is actually working in an engineering firm. That means she's earning the millions of naira. And you personally, because you are there and you know what is going on, you know you are actually working in a toxic work environment, you know you are not growing as an individual, you know that when you come to work, the only thing you do is, oh, they allow you to do the bunch work, and at the end of the day you go home with little or no pay, or because as a name everybody believe you're actually earning millions of naira, and you do not want to leave this job because, oh, people say that I got a job in one of the biggest engineering firm and I let it slide. So it is totally okay for you to leave that toxic work environment and get somewhere that actually cares for your mental health. Or let's say you're not even enjoying engineering, you don't enjoy being called an engineer, you don't want to be an engineer. It's okay for you to try new things even when you are in your late 20s, because you still have your 30s, you still have your 40s, you still have your 50s, you still have your 60s. And if you don't try new things, you are going to live the rest of those years in pain and disappointment. So you do not want to do that. So it is totally fine to always try out new things in your late 20s. Another thing you should know that is actually very okay is be flexible with your goals in your late 20s. Don't be too rigid with your goals. Don't say, oh, I've already planned my life. In my late 20s, I should be here, I should be here, and I have to follow this path. If I don't follow this path, I won't get to this path. Who said so? That is a lie. Don't tell yourself what it's not the truth. Don't be too rigid with your plans in your late 20s. Don't feel like you do not have time. Remember when I started this video, I said Some have actually thought, oh, at the age of 28 we'll be giving birth to our last child. But look at us here. I'm not saying I'm 28. But look at us, we are still trying to figure out what life is. Nobody has a manual to this life. Even when you get to your 60s, you still do not have the manual to this life. So don't be too rigid with your plan. Always be flexible. Always know what works and what does not work. And if it doesn't work, go on to new things. Who knows? That might just be the break. Another thing you should know that is very important in your late 20s is avoid unemployment. And I am not saying, oh, you should go to the office from Monday to Friday just because you want to get paid. Just ensure that whatever you are doing, you are actually getting paid. Not necessarily the monetary value, but you are actually developing yourself. So in whatever you do, once you get to your early 20s and your late 20s, ensure that you are actually developing yourself, be it financially, be it mentally, be it emotionally. Just ensure that you are growing and you are developing yourself. The money might not come now, trust me, but in years time you just know, oh, because I actually took this course, because I did a pro bono service for this company, now look at how much they want to pay me just because you have that value. There's something about self-development that once you have it, it's the only form of investment that can never crash. That is one thing about self-development. So ensure that in your late 20s you are not being idle. In your late 20s you are earning either an income, be it in monetary values, or you're actually developing yourself. Another thing you should know, especially when you are in your late 20s, is that you need to be an adult. You need to grow up. That is just the truth. You need to grow up. You need to be an adult. For how long will you blame your parents for being in this position? Like, how many years do you want to take to blame your parents that, oh, because you never sent me to school, that is why I turned out to be on the streets? How long do you want to blame your parents because they never provided this essential for you? That is why I turned out to be this way. Your background can actually make or mar you. You should know, you should be destined, you should be hungry, you should, I don't know how to put this, like, I did not plan this video to be this way, trust me. I already had it all scripted out, but I just feel I should just talk from my ass because I don't know who needs to hear this. Stop blaming your parents. I understand things did not go out the way you wanted it to go out just because your parents failed at some point. I think when you are growing up, you will tend to understand why your parents could not give you this particular thing while you were growing up. So is that the same excuse you want to give to your children? That, oh, because I don't have a university degree, I can't get a well-paying job, so I just got married to your mother and you guys are just going to find your way. No, that is not what it means to be a father or a mother figure. You need to grow up. You need to stop blaming your parents for the things that you did not achieve. You need to take responsibility. You need to be responsible for yourself. So it is actually important for you to grow up as an adult in your late 20s. Just look for friends that fan your flames. Like, you can just access the internet. Make a decision that you do not want to end up the way your father ended. Make a decision that you don't want to end up the way your mother has ended. Make a change your mindset, have God on your side, and trust me, it is going to be just the way that the Lord has planned it for you, because He said that He is going to give us an expected end. And one thing I know about God is God does not lie. He doesn't lie. When He says a thing, He's going to do it. So you have to put in that effort. You have to show that I actually want this. And if you show that you actually want this, He's going to give it to you freely, because that is what He has promised you. I don't know how to explain this. I feel like I'm preaching here, but this is actually what God has promised us. So those are the things that you need to know in your late 20s. And if you actually feel like a failure right now, trust me, you are not a failure. I know failure wants companionship, but you are not one of those companions that failure is going to come for. You are not one of them. You are destined for greatness, and you are destined for success. So keep pushing, even though you feel like it's not working out. Trust me, everything is going to make sense one, and you'll be glad that you never gave up. So besties, we finally come to the end of this video. If you find this video very useful, please share it to other people, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, because it makes the algorithm happy. And if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please do consider subscribing, because we have amazing time on this channel. So I come your way next time, guys. Stay fabulous and kill it, and God loves you. Bye.